Hey, what's up, everybody? Kris Krohn here. Listen, we're at an event with 15,000 people, and this is a place where people are congregating that are here to freaking crush it in their world. Today, I'm bringing you perhaps one of the most inspiring messages about living life on purpose and with as much passion as you possibly can. And I got my buddy Kavon here.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
And Kavon is going to be sharing probably one of the most touching and amazing stories. So I want you to listen up, because he's going to share with you the 3 secrets to living the most amazing life you possibly can.
Cause we're gonna be legends. What we're doing here ain't just scary. It's about to be legendary.
Kavon, listen, when I met you, you shared with me the most amazing story where you should be dead. You shouldn't even be here on this planet.
Yeah,
Can you, before you share with us these 3 secrets to living life filled with passion and purpose, can you actually just share with us briefly what happened?
Yeah, so quick background story. My name is Kavon Massenberg. I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm 24 years old. Early in my life, I've always been an entrepreneur, but I took that entrepreneur and kind of got involved in the wrong things. At 15 years old, I went to juvenile, getting caught with a firearm and a bulletproof vest. Still being in the streets at 18-year-old, the biggest life-transforming event happened. I was at a party leaving. One moment I'm leaving, the next I'm laying on the ground. I realized I'd just been shot in the head. A bullet went in on this side, came out on that side.
One second, get the camera on, so I want you guys to be able to see this.
Came in right here.
Coming right through here.
Leaving right here.
Exiting right there, right through his head.
Man.
And you wake up?
Yeah, I'm like, after I got shot, I'm up, moving, took myself to the hospital with my friends, It was amazing, man. I was really blessed. I was only in the hospital for about 4 to 5 days. The only thing that happened was the bullet nipped my jaw, so my mouth was wired shut for about a month and a half, but that was it, man. Super blessed.
What kind of wake-up call was that for you?
At that time, it wasn't. At the time, I just took it as part of the game. Just as if somebody's an investor and they make a bad investment, then you're not just going to stop investing, right? It just kind of comes with the game, and in that mind frame, that's how I took it as. So I kept hustling, kept being in the streets, and at 21 years old, I found myself in jail, lost over 6 figures, facing up to 10 years in prison, and I opened cases in 4 different counties throughout Indiana. That was the wake-up call, man, because as I'm in jail, I see 2 of my friends on the news for getting killed. I have more friends that's been killed, friends in prison, and I just realized that I had to change my life. So spent about a year in jail, got out, figured out about this big, white, big teeth guy, and I was like, this guy's an amazing Tony Robbins, and I'm here now, man.
I gotta tell you, Tony Robbins, he's been an amazing mentor to me, and there was a game-changing moment for you, and today you're wearing something that says, my purpose is, and it says, inspiring billions. You hand-wrote that on this shirt.
Yes.
And you have an aspiration for becoming what?
I have an aspiration for becoming somebody that inspires and helps guides over 1 billion people to figure out what their purpose is. It's when I found my purpose that my life changed. And being 24, I'm like, why am I just now asking myself, what's my purpose? Like growing up, we get asked where we're going to go to school, where we're going to work at, which college do we want to attend? But nobody ever asks, what are you here for? What's your purpose? So I took it upon myself to be the one to change that narrative and challenge billions of people to figure out what that is.
So I've been so touched by Kavon's story that I said, I got to have him here on the show to share 3 things that he's found that are having him make waves in the world. And I want us to be part of the billions that he can inspire. So check it out.
Awesome,
you got 3 things to share.
Yes.
These things will unleash your life. Unleash your power.
Yes.
So, what's the first one?
Number 1 is be authentic. When I first came to these events and everything, I wasn't being myself. I was acting like everything was okay, and I didn't have that transformation. But once I learned to step into myself and my truth and start sharing my story, I was able to inspire others, and that's where the real fulfillment come in.
Well, and part of that authenticity is you realized that you weren't okay. Where were you at?
Where I wasn't okay, man. I was going to these events, and I was like, from being in the streets life, I had a facade that just wasn't me. So allowing myself to come here and like really explode and just step into my greatness, man, and change my life.
So listen up, guys. Rule number 1, I mean, for me, my game changed when I realized it is the power of authenticity. It is the power of figuring out who are you for real.
100%.
Not people pleasing, not sugarcoating, not trying to be someone else, and also not being the agnostics. It's like, I don't care, I'm apathetic.
It's
like, who are you for real? And you know what? Be brave and courageous enough to be that person authentically now.
100%.
What's number 2?
100%. Number 2 is commitment. Commit. When I was in jail and I committed that I wasn't going back, that no matter what. I literally sold 20, 30 pair of shoes, worked 70, 80 hours a week, and purchased my first Tony Robbins ticket for $5,000 and left $100 in my bank account went to the event and slept in my car because I was committed to changing my life, committed to giving results, and my life has changed like never before because of it.
Dude, and I gotta tell you, like, people look at my story and they're like, wow, Kris, you're starting all these big companies, you're doing all these, you're building empires. And I'm like, yeah, but you have no idea what it looked like in the beginning for
Exactly,
me. You
man.
have no idea what it's like living on ramen, being deeply in debt, and having your wife cry because you can't put food on the table.
100%,
I get
bro.
that. We come from there.
100%.
Dude, that's what makes us brothers in what we're doing.
Exactly, man.
You gotta have the commitment that says, I'm willing to take a risk, I'm willing to take a leap.
Yeah. And number 3 is find your purpose. Find that deeper meaning for your life. Find that why. Why do you want to have $1 million? Is it just for ego, or do you want to help 1 million people? Why do you want to be a business owner? To employ people and give people opportunities? So find that purpose. Find that massive mission that you're here to contribute to the world. Purpose is a never-ending mission of contribution. It never ends. It's always contribution, and that's what fulfills you in life. That's what makes life like worth living.
And you need to understand that purpose is not the same thing as passion.
No.
It's great to do something that can wake you up inside, something that can light you up, but we're talking about actually purpose. And what purpose means is figuring out what you were put on this planet for. Why did God put you here?
100%.
And it's only when you start living life that way and doing that you actually find that deeper fulfillment,
100%.
that peace and that joy.
100%, brother.
Awesome, dude. Well, listen, come
Love
on.
you,
Thank
brother.
you so much for sharing today, dude.
Thanks for having me,
So
man.
powerful, out there inspiring billions. What is your purpose? It's time to live on purpose.
Let's
Wake
go!
up and make life happen.
Ah!
Check it out, my friends. You got this one life to live. Live as limitless, live as legendary, live as big as you possibly can, because you don't know when that last breath is coming to you. You got your time right now. If you want to know how to take your life to the next level, then I want to invite you to get live with me 4 days, fully immersive, something that can change and transform everything for you. Find the link in the description below, and I'll look forward to seeing you there.